What parents need to know about internet safety on this episode of Barnstable Today. It's Tuesday, February 28, 2012. I'm Sarah Colvin. Kids are using popular social media sites like Facebook and Twitter, connecting via text on their cell and smartphones, and going online via their gaming consoles. The world of technology can be tough to navigate for parents, and it's very important to know how to keep up with your children and how to keep them safe. Wednesday night, Barnstable Police are hosting a free internet safety class for parents. Detective Kevin Connolly sat down with me to talk about internet safety and what the class has to offer.
Things that have changed over the years. We've been doing these outreach programs to the schools and to the PTAs for, I've been in detectives for 8 years now, and we've been doing it as long as I've been up there, but things have changed. And the new presentation we have is really geared towards Web 2.0, which as time goes on, more and more people know what Web 2.0 is. It's the web, the internet that we're creating as users. And that's where the biggest problems come into play. And that's what this really addresses is the, everything that these kids are putting online, that parents are putting online, and the dangers that lurk out there. It's no longer the guy in the trench coat at the playground. It's no longer the guy surfing the chat room. There are a lot of predators out there that are very savvy, that are, victimizing a lot of young kids.
When we talk about sexting and cyberbullying, it's not the strangers you have to worry about, it's the people in your own community. Oh,
absolutely. It's not only that, but it's the acceleration of the information is really one of the biggest problems where, as far as bullying goes and cyberbullying, when we were kids, if there was one or two schoolyard bullies, they were the big kids, they were the ones out on the playground. If you got bullied, you got a black eye, you got a bloody nose, maybe by the time you got on the school bus on the ride home, a couple of people had heard about it. Nowadays, with cyberbullying, it's people in the dark shadows that are doing it anonymously. There's a lot more, and it's instant. It's, if you get bullied in the locker room, if someone snaps a picture of someone changing, before that person is out in the hallway, everyone in the school has it on their cell phone. Everybody in the school has it in their email. Parents may have it at work. It's just so instantaneous, and it spreads to so many people that, one of the things we harp upon is once you put it online, you can't control where it goes. And that's one of the things we really get out to the kids, to the parents. We do have a kids presentation that we do at the schools that we're ramping up to do that at the intermediate school soon. We did one of the parent classes at the St. Francis Xavier, and we're also going to do the kids presentation over there. But the big thing we really are trying to get out to the kids is you can't control it once you put it online. You have to be careful. Not only is it could possibly become a victim, but it's also going to affect these kids when they try to get into schools, when they go for jobs. We've had interns that have come in, 19-year-old interns in college for criminal justice, that had pictures on their social networking sites of them drinking, of them smoking marijuana. And there is not a single company out there right now that's going to hire you without looking at your social networking site. Because there's no doubt the social networking is a great tool. It's a great way for communication, for advertising, for living online. And it's a wonderful tool that we have nowadays. We just have to be careful about it.
And you really just have to be aware of the safeguards that are in place and know that, whereas it is, your site, your information, everyone has access to it,
right,
and you just need to make sure to be careful of what you put on there.
Exactly.
Talk to me a little bit about what you're going to be covering in this internet safety class. Now, this is geared towards parents. It's taking place tomorrow right here at Town Hall. What kind of topics are you going to cover?
The three main topics are going to be sharing too much information online, cyberbullying, and the sharing too much information falls under sexting. The cyberbullying, all three parts of it, the bullier, the person that's bullied, and then the bystander, which we talk about a lot. Because it's not just the one or two kids that see someone getting beat up and doesn't step in, it's everybody sees this happening and what action should be taken, and we talk about what different things you should look for if your kid is doing the bullying, if they're the victim. So we go over those topics, and then we go over the online predators, which the online predators, obviously, it's not as common, but it is more sensational. It's what gets the news. We just recently had a case in town where Kevin McNichol was locked up he was producing child pornography on his computer with live victims that he was having video chats with. And, you know, here's a 23-year-old guy who he doesn't fit the description of your typical, what everybody would see as the, you know, a 50-year-old guy in a basement by himself,
Right.
you know, as a pedophile. He's a predator. He's 23. He's going after 12-year-old girls that, you know, it's very easy for him to groom kids that are looking for attention.
Right.
And to get them to do what he wants them to do. And there's a lot of predators out there.
And especially for those young teenagers, the tweens as well, as you say, looking for
Exactly.
attention, looking for acceptance. If here's someone that comes online and says, wow, you're really pretty, I'd love to get to know you, or you're really handsome, this and that and the other thing, that kind of opens up the trust, and they say, wow, here's someone paying attention to me. Maybe I'm not getting attention from my peers, or I feel a little down on myself, and I think to have the self-confidence to begin with and to know what to avoid is very important.
Right. And one of the things we hark upon is becoming part of your child's online life. The biggest thing we see in victims is they're looking for attention. And that's, you know, that goes without being said, but, you know, I use the analogy, if your child came home and said, hey, I'm going to play an after-school sport, your reaction would be, well, what sport? You know, what are you playing? Let's go get equipment. You'd go to some games. You're a part of their life. It should be the same way with the social media, with you know, hey, I'm on a social networking site. Well, which one? Let's log in. Let's see who your friends are. Let's see the pictures you're sharing, the comments you're making. And if you do that on a continual basis, it's part of parenting, and parenting online. You know, it's not just well, I want to be your friend on a social network site. I want your password so I can check on it. And the more you check on it, it acts as two prongs. It acts as, when they go to do something foolish, which kids do, they're going to hear your voice in the back of their head saying, I want to see your site. And they know you're going to check it. So they're less apt to put something foolish on their website. Also, the second prong, which is more important, you're showing interest in something they're interested in, and it shows them you care. They're not going to look for attention from someone else that they're meeting online. You know, it's a great tool to use. You know, and the dads are going to love hearing this one. You know, sit down and play Xbox with your kids. You know, see what their favorite games are. See what their favorite YouTube video is. Spend time with them online, not just out back playing catch, but online. And you'll learn a lot from them, and they want to show you, you know. And
you mentioned Xbox, Kevin, and that's something really interesting as well. And you know, video games are not the video games that you and I knew when we were younger. It's just that they're all online, whether it's the Xbox or the PlayStation or the Wii or whatever.
Correct.
All connected to the internet. You can get a headset and talk to people all around the world, and it's really unmonitored.
It is. It's unfortunately, chat rooms. We don't even cover chat rooms in this presentation because chat rooms are a thing of the past. Everything is live communication, video chat, audio chat, and what parents don't understand, what a lot of parents don't understand is, you know, they may ground their child from their social networking site for the night. Well, that's great. You take away the computer. Some more technical savvy people take away their kid's cell phone because you can get into it that way. But, you know, one of the presentations I did, I asked how many parents here know that their child can access Facebook, YouTube, and all that through their Xbox or PlayStation, and almost none of them knew it. And that's fine. I understand that, but that's what this class is about. It's to get people up to speed, to understand that if you're grounding your kid from the internet, which is a great way to punish them, if they're due for punishment, you take away the internet. It's like taking away TV when we were kids.
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't want to miss the CBS special. You didn't want to miss Charlie Brown. These kids don't want to miss what's going on tonight on Facebook or on Twitter. They want to know what's going on. But you have to take away all aspects of it. You have to take that away. And
really, I think with kids these days, they are so internet savvy, and probably more internet savvy than their parents are. So to educate the parents and have them be aware of all the ways in which kids are connecting and communicating, so they can monitor it, definitely important.
Absolutely. And starting young, you start out when they're young. My 8-year-old has an iPod Touch. I go through it, you know, on a weekly basis, and she knows that. And, you know, I mean, she does texting with it. She does video chat with it. She does all those things. It's amazing to me how much they absorb and learn. But she shows me things on it, too, which is, it's a great little parenting tool.
Right. Well, Kevin, thank you so much for joining me today. And again, that Internet Safety class for parents is tomorrow night right here at Town Hall in the second floor hearing room. It starts at 7 o'clock. And if people want to sign up, should they contact you?
Absolutely. My email address is connellyk@barnstablepolice.com.
With Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Colvin.